this question. I'm doing this question that was tested in August 2022. Somebody tells me it's December 2022. I don't know, about Fatuma Apio. So I'll read the case question very fast. So I'm told Fatuma Apio has such a strong leadership presence that it would be difficult to talk about Bora Association of Manufacturers without mentioning her name. For close to a decade now, press conferences, newspaper commentaries, trade and investment talks associated with BAM always had a permanent fixture that was its CEO, Fatuma Apio. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, a transformational leader should really have this kind of a presence. You may be doing very little, but because of being highly charismatic, being able in this case here to draw people to yourself like a spark, then you'll have a lot of presence in your industry and indeed even a global stage. Like now, can you kindly imagine Equity Bank without James Mwangi? No. Actually, we even wonder what will happen when James Mwangi exits Equity Bank. So James Mwangi is a charismatic leader. When you talk of banking, and this guy has got some energy. I wish I could even get like a quarter of his energy. Within no time, you hear that he's in China discussing wings to fly. Within no time, in this case here, this guy is supporting Azimio. And then tables change very fast. This guy is given a position in this case here to be the chairman of what here Open University by UDA government. Those are the kind of leaders that we want. Just imagine turning a bank, or rather a microfinance that was basically dealing with the savings of farmers, macadamia farmers. And now you take this bank to a level where it is able to have branches, in this case here, like in Africa, Congo, etc. In terms of asset base, it is the #1 bank in Kenya, although at times KCB overtakes it. But basically, this is the biggest bank that we have currently. From something very small, you reach a level where you are able to compete with government-owned banks like KCB, where some government-owned banks like Consolidated Bank of Kenya cannot even sit on the same table. So that is about transformation. So transformation leadership, ladies and gentlemen, basically transformational leadership, ladies and gentlemen, is basically about making big changes by having a leader who is visionary, and then this leader should be able to work with the employees, sell his thoughts, his vision to these employees, and motivate them. So like now, Fatma, by the fact that we are told that there is no way you could mention her industry without remembering her name, without mentioning her name, that even in all the press releases, her name was always appearing there. That tells me that the lady is charismatic. She's got this kind of a spark, kind of a relationship that is able to draw people to her, that is able to draw business to her. So she is transformational simply because of charisma, Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are told here, as she exits BAM, due to the end of her term of service, her charisma as a superstar CEO may become a difficult fit for the incoming CEO, Musa Mapito. Bad name to call somebody. Mapito ni wa kupita tu sasa, to emulate. Fatuma Apio is well known in the manufacturing industry due to her signature look. She dresses in Ankara coats, which are quite uncommon in this part of the world. Fatuma rose through the ranks, having joined BAM as the head of policy research and advocacy in the year 05. She took over the leadership mantle of BAM in the year 2012 after the board of BAM pushed out its then CEO, Bakari Mapelo, due to lackluster performance. Useless fella. BAM had always been a high-performing organization, and the board felt that Bakari Mapelo lacked the right skill set, decision style, and values to steer BAM forward. In Fatuma Apio, the board saw a leader with the right package of skills, values, and abilities, and a person who could build a strong leadership team. So this lady, of course, because of the transformational leadership, you can see she's working with a team in the organization. To them, Fatuma Apio was an idealist who had unquenchable unquenchable thirst for learning and growing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at most of these senior business people here who are doing very well, who are sitting at the global stage, they always showcase their appetite to study. They study quite a lot. There is no way you expect to transform your organization if you're not transforming your skill set, if you're not studying yourself. So by the fact that this lady is engaging in continuous learning, that automatically tells me that she's exercising what we call transformational leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no way. Some of us, like myself, there is no way I will be doing whatever I do without reading. We read at times. In this case here, we even get some, like now I'm doing, this is how many pages novel? How many pages novel is this? 502. The world's best-selling thriller writer. Great thing. The moment you go through some of this literature, plus of course, some other literature about, in this case here, motivation, etc. At the end of the day, then you will become a better leader. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please listen to me and listen to me very well. We are told here, to them, Fatuma Appiah was an idealist who had an unquenchable thirst for learning and growing. They knew that she would influence the other leaders and employees of BAM to follow suit. This, we are told here, would then result in a healthy organizational culture necessary for the success of BAM. Fatuma Appiah believed in, ngoja kidogo, organizational culture necessary for the success of BAM. Fatuma Appiah believed in and implemented Elton Mayo's human relations movement theory at BAM. Without a doubt, Fatuma was a transformational leader. Fatuma Appiah's farewell party was quite emotional since members of staff felt like one big united family. And you can imagine here the entire workforce feeling like we are quite one thing. That union, they were united. That tells you that this for sure must have been what here, a transformational leader. Fatuma had a knack for recruiting the right staff, not shortcuts, and developing them to the highest standards. Transformational leaders, ladies and gentlemen, normally develop their employees. It's not about them, it's about the employee. My role as a transformational leader is to see the vision there and then show people direction. She had it took when it came to staffing. She had what it took when it came to staffing. No wonder BAM became so successful during her tenure, to the envy of many organizations. She ensured that BAM had a progressive staffing policy. The policy encouraged employees to have a work-life balance. In her final speech, she narrated her experience as a newly appointed CEO, where most of her time was spent at the workplace. This is very wrong. I used to work late into the night and during weekends at the expense of my young family. Very bad. This can be challenging to many of us and requires a lot of discipline and a solid support system. So this is a lady who went through these challenges, and you can see she's even publicizing them. She's talking about her challenges here, in this case, here, imbalance in terms of work life, what she went through when she was appointed as a young CEO, telling the other employees. So you can see that really this is a person who is in touch with the balanced growth of employees and their families. Luckily, I had a great support from my husband. I highly discourage such a work ethic. You should always create time for your families. I know of situations where such a work ethic has led to conflicts at family level and the repercussions experienced at the workplace. She told the employees. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very practical. Honestly speaking, do you expect, for example, if you are a husband and your wife slaps you in the morning, do you expect in this case to be productive at your workplace? Be very honest with me. Your wife has simply given you a very nice slap in the morning. Do you expect in this case here to be very productive at the workplace? These guys don't want to talk to me today. They don't want to talk to me today. They don't want to participate here. We shall overcome, okay? We shall overcome. So the thing is, we have to support these issues to do with their emotions here. It's not just about it being good at work and then bad at home. No, it has to be the balance. There must be some balance there. Now, from there, Fatuma encouraged women employees of BAM not to be bound by defined spaces. They should shine in their talent and the skills to make a difference. This concept continues to be demonstrated every day as more women take up C-suite roles, more so in traditionally male-dominated sectors. Male-dominated sectors, such as manufacturing, she said. Fatuma added that BAM started the Women in Manufacturing program to provide a space for women to venture into the manufacturing space. We aspire to see more women participate in the sector in senior leadership roles as owners and founders, and for young girls to see themselves as future industrialists required. Fatuma Apio believed in and implemented Elton Mayo's human relations movement theory at BAM. With reference to the above statement, describe 5 actions that Fatuma Apio may have taken to implement the theory in her organization. The biggest thing is that this lady had empathy. You can see in this case here, she is looking at people not to go through the bad experiences of work-life imbalances. That's number 1. She was after employees what year? Growth. That's why in this case here, we are seeing there, ladies and gentlemen, she is willing to support employees to do what? To grow. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Fatuma, you are told here, Fatuma, to implement the theory. The theory, which theory? Elton Mayo. So always Elton Mayo is about empathy and thinking about who? The employee. Because of time, ladies and gentlemen, I will go very fast here and read this. So Elton Mayo's human relations movement theory emphasizes the importance of understanding and valuing the human aspect of organizations. Fatuma actions this theory at Bora, at BAM, through number 1, you can see there are open communication channels. She's talking to employees. She's holding meetings with them. She's even giving them her personal work experiences. Now, we have employee recognition. This is very important. Employee recognition and the involvement. Try to involve these particular employees. So like now how she is able to bring these women to show women that, hey, you guys, you can also do this thing. That's recognizing them. So in this case, even for you to be able to transform your company better, although we are not told in this question, it will be very important for you as a leader to develop, for example, a mechanism where you are able to give badges to outstanding employees, like Employee of the Month. It could look small, but that can really help you towards moving, of course, to your desired vision. We have team building and collaborations. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady was very good at this. We have in this case here empowerment and skills development. Very, very nice. We have in this case here the work-life balance support. Work-life balance support. Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many things that you can talk about when we talk of Elton Mayo. The feedback aspect, and so many things. Listening, training these people. All right, that is very, very important. Elton Mayo, remember, it's all about what here? It's all about getting close to your people, I'm so sure I've given you, in this case here, the high level knowledge of this model, and now you'll be able to apply that knowledge in answering your exam question. So can I go to part B of this question? Please talk to me. Can I go to part B of this question? I can see time is not on my side. There is somebody called Amayo here. This guy has a name that is quite close to Imayo. Great. Now, ladies and gentlemen, part B, Bernard M. Bayes developed the Transformational Leadership theory in 1985 as a way to describe the psychological mechanisms that are used by leaders. With reference to the above statement, explain 6 personal traits, characteristics that Fatuma Apio possesses that enables her to be regarded as a successful transformational leader. This trait should now come from you guys. Is there somebody who can give me some of the traits that you are able to remember about Fatuma? why she is able to transform a company, which in this case here now is getting recognized by competitors in the industry. Charisma. Fatuma appears strong leadership presence, as mentioned in the passage, indicates her charisma, which attracts and inspires others. People are willing to work with you. Charisma has got everything to do with being a magnet that pulls people towards your vision, being very good in communication. Ladies and gentlemen, remember here we have the concept of visionary thinking. Let me read your points first of all. Let me read your points. Let me read your points here. Inspiration, I like that. I like that. The concept of motivation, the concept of taking leadership, regardless of how tough the situation is. Like this lady was quite young when she joined the organization. She rose through the ranks and she became a CEO. And we were told that she was able to put in a lot of work to ensure that she learns the ropes. So she is willing in this case here to be a team leader. All right, that's very important. Motivation, ability to motivate others is very good. Enthusiasm, yes. Enthusiasm, yes. The concept of what here? Empathy. Relationship building, yes. Relationship building, yes. Is there any other point that you guys, yes? The concept of visionary thinking. It doesn't matter where we are as a RCM online college, ladies and gentlemen, trust you me, and I always keep on telling you this, whether you guys don't like my low-hanging fruit sessions here because you think they're expensive. In 5 years' time, we shall be very far. I don't know whether we will be a university. Perhaps it could be the second open university, right? But I'm so really looking at the future. Visionary thinking, ability to envision a better future for BAM, and our focus on growth and development shows her visionary thinking. Great. Then we have the concept of courage, just being courageous. There is no way you'll tell me that you are a transformational leader, and yet in this case here, you are not courageous. You are not able to take what here risks. Remember, like now at RCM, at first, taking a decision, ladies and gentlemen, to get out of what here physical classes 100% and do an online CPA online college 100% was a big risk, which in this case here came to really help us a big time. All right. So risk taking. So you must be what here courageous, come up with new products. And as you come up with these new products, of course, you expect to have situations where there will be scratches. And as a transformational leader, you must be willing to take up, in this case here, hits. At least times will be hit. You'll be hit. Like right now, people are telling me this low-hanging fruits is your worst forever. Somebody wrote me a message like, I've brought 37 students into this college, but now this one will make me run away with all the 37. And then what do? At times I don't reply, because I know whatever I'm doing is at the end of the day going to be appreciated. It's going to become a game changer. So you must be very courageous. Thank you so much. Now from there, ladies and gentlemen, if you allow me, then I will be able to go to the next part C. Of course, I know there are other many points really, many points really. So we have here examined 4 elements that make up a transformational leader, which came to be known as the 4 I's. Let me get these 4 I's from you. Under transformational leadership, we have 4 I's, and of course, the first one will be inspirational. You guys are very bright. You guys are very bright. Very bright. Very bright. You guys are very bright. Actually, I don't even know why we are here today. And yet you passed these exams long time ago. We have the first I is, ladies and gentlemen, the first I in this case is what we call inspirational, or rather idealized influence. Idealized influence. The ideal influence. Into bracket, what we call what here? Charisma. 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 You must have some kind of, ladies and gentlemen, influence, which is quite abnormal. Quite abnormal. Transformational leaders serve as role models and gain admiration and respect from their followers. So Fatuma, of course, had this kind of inspiration. All right, admiration, I mean. Then we have the second I is about inspirational. So we are calling it inspirational motivation. You must be able to inspire and motivate your team to set high standards, creating a compelling vision and fostering enthusiasm in the organization. Even when things look thick, you must be able to have that enthusiasm wheel rolling in the company. And then we have individualized consideration. We call it individualized consideration, where you consider individuals. As much as you would want to work with a team, if there is one person in this case here who is a bit slow, who in this case here has got issues within the company, you need to really figure out and talk to this guy. And that is why you get these big people like Obama, who really are men of high charisma. You will get them in this case here going out to they meet somebody here, hey, let's have lunch here today, right? And then individualized consideration. Transformational leaders focuses also on individual development. They believe in mentoring and addressing unique needs of each team member, Then we have intellectual stimulation. You need to always put your staff, your employees, at a position of them using their engaging high thinking, where we should be able to encourage creativity, innovation, encourage critical thinking, challenge members to explore new ideas and solutions like what Elon Musk does. He doesn't fear, in this case here, for example, you come up with an idea, all right, he will in this case here support you under research and development, regardless of how crazy the idea looks like. Some of them succeed, some others in this case have failed. If you look at some videos which I have watched here, some of the ideas that employees bring, they fail terribly. But you see just one idea from a great employee which goes through, in this case here, will give this guy billions and billions like that. So you don't have to remember, but you can remember intellectual, you can remember inspirational, you can remember influence. Okay, so in individualized consideration, but I would remember that these 4 I's and the components of transformational leadership for you to really transform your operations as a company for the better. Number one, you must have influence. If you don't have influence, international disaster, you must be able to inspire. You must, in this case here, be an intellectual yourself and of course your team. And then now we have the concept of what here, individualized consideration. So can I go to part D? I don't know where we wasted time because I can see time really is not on our side, but we shall overcome. We shall overcome. So can I go to something? Can I go to part D of this? Can I go to part D? They're not talking to me. I don't know why. I don't know why. Great. Actually, it's part C. Enumerate 6 principles that BAM might have taken into consideration while developing a staff policy. You can see at the end of the day, this lady was able to come up with a working team. So then the question is asking us here, this thing is asking us a very, very good, easy question. Very, very good. Easy question. They're asking us to enumerate 6 principles that BAM might have taken into consideration while developing a staffing policy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you are running your own company, like now the way you're running RCM, trust you me, it is all about the composition of your staff members. Composition of your staff members is a key thing. Don't start in your company putting your own tribesmen there. These companies need what we call diversity. Even where I work for a Swedish organization. You'll get in this case here some young men, in this case here, for example, having dreadlocks. The more diversified your workforce is, the lower the risk you have as an organization. Don't get people in this case who can one day speak the same language and then they opt to do what here, to go out. Let the criteria of you picking people, ladies and gentlemen, be competence. That is number one. Competence, number one. Let you get individuals who are really inspired to come and do what here, to come and work. This thing of just looking at left, right, and center, you are just picking friends to come and work for you. You will not get anywhere. Like now we are seeing Fatuma really trying to bring more women to come at senior positions. That's a great staffing policy. That's a great staffing policy. Like right now, what we are doing at RCM college here, like now, most, of course, of our lecturers, this is, I think, a tradition in the industry, a tradition in the industry which I would want to kill. You'll get like 90% of our teachers are male. That's very, very bad. But we have always tried to scout for ladies. In this case here, we don't easily come, we don't get, in this case, ladies who are really interested in so much teaching. But if you look at, for example, the publishers wing, 90% are ladies. Auditing a firm, like I promised you guys to hire some of you. Great. There is even a test I'm supposed to give you, this aptitude test. We shall be hiring ladies here. So that at the end of the day, it should be a mix. It cannot be a company of just all men who in this case here are waking up to go and take lunch to, no. Diversity, bring disabled people on the table. The moment you have some people in this case here in the company, some of them in this case here can't even talk at all. I mean, there will be some category of consumers who will simply love your company because of such diversity. It has to be an all-inclusive kind of a model, but the most important thing, skills, the competence. Competence is key. And if you've had the way of making reference, ladies and gentlemen, if you hear the way I'm trying to argue out these questions, regardless of what you are answering, you must always try to weave your answer with the case study. Most of the the answer sheets you get from students don't even mention. You must reach some place, even if you're not really connecting very well, but mention about Fatuma, mention about BAM somewhere, and then you keep on moving like that. You keep on moving like that. You keep on moving like that. Great. 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 We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. So then, ladies and gentlemen, what we shall do is to ensure that we have, I can see the number here is very good, 8 students, very good. I think we need to be doing these LM classes during lunch hour. Like we do these case study questions like that. And then it's very important, I would want to take this opportunity to encourage all of you to join these low-hanging fruits. If you join the low-hanging fruit program here, you'll not go wrong. We are doing quite a lot. Like in the evening, we have, that's 4, is it 4 or 6 p.m.? We have triple what here, AAA, you can't go wrong. So we are charging that 2,500. And it's going to be a very intensive program as I've done it before. Like now Saturday, we have AFR, running AFR Saturday from 8 in the morning up to 1. Like now the students who have been with me, they can tell you like AFR, the things you have done. Now they're able to answer questions from the past papers like IS-19, etc., etc. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have great things. Ensure that you pay up. You pay up. The 2,500 is quite a big investment, but yep, because of time, you know, people are going back to work at 2, and this is not the end. Of course, you're going to continue, isn't it? We're going to continue. Taxation, then I need to organize with Mwalimu, because tax is not a paper that I really love teaching. No. I'll have to organize with Mwalimu. We have, of course, Mr. Felix. Mr. Felix will be able to 0793 555 500. Otherwise, see you again later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Yes. On Saturday, of course, I will be able to record the AFR for them. That's what we do in these sessions. Thank you.